All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Anna Sawicki, and I am an RA for the Freshmen Austin Scholars. Here with me today are three freshman residents. We have Jake Randall, Max Beland, and Nick Basinet. If you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves and say your name, where you're from, and what your major is, that would be great.
I'm Jake. I'm from Vermont, and I'm a business administration major.
I'm Nick. I'm from San Diego, California, and I'm doing mechanical engineering.
I'm Max. I'm from Pelham, New Hampshire, and I'm an international studies major.
Awesome. It's so great to have you guys all here, especially like all over the place, all over the country, and coming to our community at Merrimack. So like what made you all choose Merrimack?
I chose Merrimack because Massachusetts has a different feel than Vermont does, and I just wanted to experience it, and I liked the energy that the campus had.
I went to an Augustinian high school, so I kind of wanted that sense of community that I knew would carry over from high school to college, and haven't been disappointed so far. So, yeah.
I really wanted that small campus feel, that feeling that like your professors actually care about you and they want you to succeed.
Awesome. Why did you guys all pick Austin Scholars? What made you decide to join the program?
I joined because when I was at an open house here, they told me to sign up, and then I wrote my name down because they said that sweet living and you get to do community service, and I like both of those things.
That's fair.
I've gone to Catholic school my whole life, so I've always kind of done service. So I just thought it would be a logical transition to keep doing it.
It's like familiar to you.
I was similar to Nick. I really wanted to have that community and that service foundation, and also that like group of people that you can always kind of go to no matter what's happening in your life.
Right. Like we all have each other's back, which I think is super important. And also like that's why a lot of people stay. I mean, like what Jake was saying, like a lot of people join for like the sweet living. I know like that was a big part of why I chose to join. But then it's like the community and like the community service that you do is like a big reason for like why people stay in the program. So now that you guys are here on campus, you're living in the dorms, what are some of the highlights that you have experienced of like being part of Austin Scholars?
For me, it's definitely having the like community events, whether it's like the small activities at night or like when we got our hoodies and we got to see everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I think that meeting people has been probably the biggest highlight because it's kind of been difficult in classes since we're all spaced out. So it's been nice to have like a community of like-minded people that I can get to know.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the RA activities every week have been awesome. Like like the soap making, the painting, the mason jar decorating. Like that stuff has just made a huge difference over the first couple weeks.
Yeah, and like as an RA myself, I know like one of my like biggest goals is to have you guys like get to know each other and have like a network of people who support you, and like little events like painting mason jars is a great way to like meet new people who are part of the program, or just maybe in Monacan in general, and like just get to know more people. So as far as like COVID goes, how have you been adjusting to college, and like what role has Austin Scholars played in that transition?
I've liked the adjustment to college. Austin Scholars has definitely helped because it's just an easy way to meet new people because you're kind of forced to be together. And with COVID, it's really hard to not, like it's easy to just not end up seeing people because you're always in your room or social distancing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think COVID's made it more difficult, but it could be worse. Like some of my friends back home are doing online classes only, and
Right.
that kind of sucks because we're lucky to be in person. But I think Austin Scholars has helped meet people too, since we can't really talk in class since we're so far apart. So it's made it a lot easier for sure.
Totally.
Made a huge difference. Similar to what Nick and Jake said. Just meeting people. I mean, I think probably like 30 people from my high school came here. So if COVID hadn't happened, I probably wouldn't have been forced to, branch out into my own building and meet all the people that I did and have all those relationships, because I probably would have just rested on the friendships I already had. So it's kind of forced me to be more social than I likely would have been otherwise.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. I think that, I mean, even for me this year, it's my second year at Merrimack, but like with COVID, it's been pretty hard to like see my friends and stuff who aren't part of Austin Scholars. But because I am part of Austin Scholars, I am able to like be with like people that like always support me, and like I have this community and I always will. And I think that's a really incredible thing to be a part of. So as far as like community service goes, you guys, obviously you haven't started yet. We're just like getting you guys signed up for stuff, but in general, like what are your thoughts on service?
I'm excited for it. I've always liked doing community service, and I know nothing about North Andover or anywhere in Massachusetts, so kind of getting to see places around here I think would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, building that network is so helpful for like you and for the people in the community as well.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed service. I don't know, it's a good feeling, helping other people. And not being from here, I think it'll help, form some relationships that I wouldn't be able to, build otherwise. Because, just being out in the community, helps.
Right, getting off campus, maybe not physically, but over Zoom or whatever it's going to look like.
I'm really excited just to get back into the Lawrence community and keep doing service there like I did in high school. I kind of got to, become a part of, like Lazarus House and groups like that. And, after seeing, what kind of help they need, I really just want to do whatever I can in those areas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it totally makes sense. Like it's, I don't know, for me, it's one of my favorite parts of being part of Austin Scholars is getting out into the community and getting to know people off campus. So going back to like the topic of COVID, how have classes been going with COVID?
Classes have gone better than I thought they would, because only one of mine is actually remote. But other than that, we're still able to do group projects as long as it's over Zoom, which is something I really like. And the workload has been pretty manageable.
That's good.
Yeah, I think they've gone pretty well. I've been able to have chemistry lab, in person, which is pretty neat. It's obviously, small class, but it's nice to be able to still do actual school, rather than have it be all online.
Right. Yeah, I'll take what I can get with all this. And I think that Merrimack's been doing a great job with like having classes in person or a hybrid, but having it all be safe. Like I feel pretty safe in my classes when they're in person. Okay, so also with like Christianity in context, which is a requirement for all Austin Scholars to take, you're taking it with fellow Austin Scholars. Do you guys want to talk about like who your professor is and how that whole thing is going?
Yeah, I've liked it so far. I have Sister Jean, and she always has a ton of energy. I don't know how she does it. Like she has this putting like head, shoulders, knees, and toes, and just always has some like extra burst of energy in her, which makes it fun.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she's a fun, or it's a fun class for sure.
I have Dory, and she's made it a really fun class, and our TA is Logan. And it's just, I don't know, it's been a great time. It's not a super difficult class, so it's been nice to not have to stress about it. But it's just enjoyable, so can't complain.
I have Dory too, and yeah, just like everybody else said, it's been a really, really, kind of chill but fun class. Like she does meditations at the beginning of every class, and that has been so helpful. Just decompressing, especially now with everything going on, just those little things that she does really makes a huge difference.
Yeah, no, the meditations really help with like anxiety and stuff that can come up with COVID, I think. Well, for me personally, it's been very helpful. Okay, so looking into the future, what are you like the most excited for with Austin Scholars?
I'm just excited for more of the events. Like Sister Jean mentioned, going to a Red Sox game, and it just seems like there's always a lot of fun activities going on in Austin Scholars.
Yep, it definitely keeps you involved on campus and off campus with Red Sox games or whatever it may be.
I think I'm most excited to get involved in the community. It'll just make it easier to form relationships and meet new people that I wouldn't be able to meet otherwise. So that'll be pretty neat.
Yeah.
Similar to what Nick said, I really just want to, get out into the community, start serving, meet more people, both outside the community and within our own community.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly like a great opportunity to get to know the people in and out of the community, and we are all very glad that you guys are here, and I'm looking forward to a great year with you guys. Yeah, thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.